talking about the Gatefold cover reveal video here for a second. Like you said, I was the one that edited that. And one of the hardest things to do was try and show that personality, right? Because Gary he's a great father, right? He wants the spotlight to be on Jeff. And I portrayed that, I feel like, in the video, especially in the first part when he was like, I think he deserves to be on the cover, but I don't want to do this. And it's funny, when I was editing that, I actually cut that first part out where Gary said, oh, I really don't want to do this, because Tepper asked him in those interviews that I used, those sound bites, Tepper did all of those interviews at the Gatefold cover shoot. So that's all our footage. So I had cut that first part out because I was like, I don't know, I don't want this to be negative or anything. Like, I don't want him to be portrayed in like a different light, you know? But I showed it to Carter, and Carter was like, no, I think you should put it in, because it's important in the aspect of, I don't want to be on the cover because I think people are more deserving of it. Not because, I don't want to do this. Yeah, I don't want to take the time to do it. That was not, nobody ever even thought that. He didn't want to be on the cover because he thinks there are a lot more people, just like his son, that are more deserving of that. Which is so on brand. But also, yeah, like, you need to be, it was about time. It was about time. And this was the perfect way for us to put him on the cover, because I think that, and Tepper would agree to this, it's been a long time coming. Yeah. For Gary Joseph to be on the cover. So what better way to do it than to put his son on there with him as well?
If we never got Gary Joseph on the cover, that would have been a miss.
Yes.
If he retired before we were able to put him on the cover, that would have been a miss. So we were so glad that this worked out, because we knew he wouldn't do it unless his son was a part of it, and it all ended up working.
Right. And when we go to these cover shoots, we bring a camera. Mm-hmm. Now we're using our phones because they shoot really good footage. And we get a bunch of different shots for typically our reveal videos, right? So you got a ton of great shots, and I went through all of them. They were really, really good, but I didn't use any of the videos that you got at the cover shoot, because I thought it would be more meaningful if we used just pictures.
Yeah, and shout out to Mrs. Joseph, I believe, Coach Gary's wife.
Yes.
That she sent us all of those incredible photos of them.
Thank you, Carter, for helping me get those. But I was like, I think that this would portray not only the cover, but especially the cover story, Gatefold cover story,
which is so great, and we cannot wait for y'all to read it when it comes out.
It's phenomenal. Carter Yates is the one who wrote it, and I worked with him obviously a lot on the reveal video, because I was like, I want this to portray your story. And I thought that the photos, and then the one video I put in there of the state championship game, I don't remember who got it. Was definitely our video. I think it might have been Gavin who captured that moment at the state championship game after PNG had just won it. But I thought that those pictures portrayed the cover story a lot more than just the footage of the actual shoot ever could have.
Absolutely. And you did a great job with it. And I also think that it goes without saying, and this is a big part of Carter's story that I won't give too much info about, but obviously, as most people know, this is third generation.
Yes.
Gary's dad, Jeff's grandfather, Eddie Joseph, was the longtime super successful head coach that then was the head of the THSCA forever. Actually, when you go to the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame, the coaches awards that they hand out to get into the Hall of Fame are the Eddie Joseph's Coaches Awards. So a football coaching family, the first family of football. We really appreciate the Josephs for taking the time to do that for us. But great job on the video.
Thanks.
Again, texasfootball.com/subscribe. You're going to want to read Carter Yates' cover story, but it's a good one. It's a really, really good one.